Students, now we are going to explain you the torque acting on a current carrying loop placed in a uniform magnetic field. Right? Yesterday we have seen the force acting between two current carrying conductors kept parallel to each other. We have seen in that case, force acting is attractive when the currents are in the same direction, and the force is repulsive when currents are in the opposite direction. And so there we have seen that the forces are equal in magnitude and opposite direction, right? So today the subject is a bit different. We are using a loop. Loop means in this case we are using a rectangular loop as shown in the figure. This point is P and this is Q, this is R and this is S. This is suspended with the help of a string, and this loop can rotate with respect to this axis. This is the this wire itself is, that means the string in which it is with which it is suspended is the axis of the loop, right? With which it can rotate also, right? Now remember that this loop is kept in the magnetic field such that the plane of the coil is making an angle theta with the field, right? Plane of the coil when becomes theta with the field, then the breadth side, that means PS and 2R, will make an angle theta, while this length side will make an angle 90 degree with each other. So if you want to confirm it, you can also physically you can use a coil shaped one, and you assume a magnetic field and turn and see, right? When it is kept in a magnetic field such that the plane of the coil is making an angle theta with the field, the breadth sides will make a theta with the magnetic field, while the length side will make an angle 90 degree. So here remember one thing, that the magnetic field or the magnetic field, uniform magnetic field in which the coil is kept is such that the field direction is making an angle theta with the plane of the coil, right? Okay. So now these are the things about. So when this coil is kept in the magnetic field, this is a current carrying conductor. This section is a current carrying conductor. This is also current carrying conductor, right? PQ is a current carrying conductor. QR is also current carrying conductor, and R is also current carrying conductor, right? Current carrying conductors, when placed in magnetic field, individually there will be forces acting on these conductors. Suppose in this case of the PS, when you take PS and QR, when you take these two are the breadth sides of the loop, but in these cases the current directions are different, opposite. In this the current is from S to P. In this the current is from Q to R. But the direction of magnetic field is same, parallel, equidistant and parallel, because it is uniform magnetic field. Hence, the force acting on these two part of this loop is in opposite, equal in magnitude but opposite direction. That will cancel each other. That only is written here. Several forces are acting. One is F1, other is F2, other is F3, and other is F4. And now I have said that F2 and F4 are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction, will cancel each other, right? So these are the things about. Now let us consider the force F4. F4 is equal to I, current in that part. F4 means that is the force acting on PS section, right? What is the current in that? That is I. What is the length of that section? That is SP. SP. SP means B, small b, because that is breadth of the coil. Okay. Into B, ILB sine theta it is. Am I correct? I, SP, B into sine 180 minus theta taken here, because the line SP makes an angle theta here. Actually, we want the angle between this section, angle between the current and the magnetic field. So this much it is theta, means then current direction and the magnetic field vector direction, the angle is equal to 180 minus theta. This much it is theta, and this part, that means the current direction and the magnetic field vector, the angle is equal to 180 minus theta. Naturally, this can be also I, small b, capital B, sine theta, we can write. This is vertically upwards, right? In the same way, when we come here, that is force F2, here the current direction and B makes an angle theta only, not 180 minus theta. But here it is in this direction, current is, and this is the field that is 180 minus theta I have to take. 180 minus theta is equal to sine theta only. Therefore, I small b capital B sine theta. Why small b? You must know that this is breadth section of the loop. So now on QR the force acting, what is called F2 is equal again I into QB into right QB cross B. I into QB cross B. That is equal I into B into capital B sine theta. This is acting vertically downwards. Actually, they are equal in magnitude, opposite in direction, because the magnetic field directions are same, but currents are in the opposite direction. And also by Fleming's left-hand rule, also we can prove that this force is upward and this force is downwards. We can prove that. Okay, that cancel each other. Now the force on this is F1. F1 means you see, F1 is the force acting on PQ. PQ is the length section of that. F1 is equal to, I told you that B is acting 90 degree with this section. That means with the direction of the current, B makes an angle 90 degree. Therefore, F1 is equal to I into PQ cross B. That is equal to I into PQ means L into B into sine theta. Sine theta in this case it is to 90 degree. Therefore, this is ILB. Right? This is acting vertically. Sorry, that is upwards in the upward direction. It is acting. Why it is upward direction acting means you can say this one. This is the right hand is kept here like this in the direction of the current. If it is bent, that will show the magnetic field. Then thumb will show the direction of the force acting on that. Right. So we say that right. This is in the vertically upward direction. And so next force on QR section. QR section is F3. That is also equal to sorry, sir. You are not. This is F1 and this is F3. F3 is this one. That is RS section. The force acting on RS section is I into RS cross B. That is RS is L. These two are length only. Therefore, RS is length. That is I into L into B into sine 90. That is also equal to ILB. Am I correct? So we have seen that every point on P2 section and every point on SR section, the force acting are equal in magnitude of ILB, but opposite direction. This one you have seen upward direction. This one you see downward direction, right? So this one, how we can say that this downward direction? If you keep the hand like this, if you keep the hand, orient the hand in such a way that the fingers show the direction of the current, and when you bend the fingers at right angles, that will show, so like this, this is the direction of current, and when you bend the fingers at right angles, then that will show the direction of magnetic field. Then the thumb will show the force acting on that. Naturally, this F3 is acting downwards and F1 is acting upwards. So these two forces on PQ and RS section, when you analyze, every point on PQ and RS, the force acting are equal in magnitude, that is equal to ILB each, but act in the opposite direction. So if we take PS and QR at P and S and Q and R, just like P and S and Q and R, the force acting are F1 and F3. F1 is equal to ILB, F3 also equal to ILB. These two forces are acting every point on this PQ and also every point on this R. These two equal and opposite forces acting simultaneously will constitute a couple. So that is, a couple is equal to what? Torque. Moment of the couple is equal to torque, right? That torque, tau is equal to any of the force in the perpendicular distance. That is ILB into KS. In this case, KS is C, this is D point, and this is S point. S, the force acting is ILB. B, the force acting is ILB. What is the perpendicular distance between these two forces? That is equal to KS. KS is equal to what? KS is found as equal to B cos theta. From the figure, it is very clear. Therefore, torque acting on this loop is given by any of the force means ILB into KS is equal to ILB capital B into B cos theta. Right? This can be written in a modified form as I into small l small b into P cos theta. But L into B, the product of length and breadth of this coil, that is equal to area of the coil, that is equal to IAB cos theta. Right? So this is the torque acting on a current carrying loop when placed in a uniform magnetic field such that the plane of the coil makes an angle theta with the magnetic field. IAB cos theta. If the coil has n turns in all, then the total torque acting on that loop is given by NIAB cos theta. Am I correct? Okay. If we measure one more point, if we measure the angle theta with respect to a perpendicular placed on the plane, then torque can be proved as equal to IAB sin theta also. So in this case, remember that IAB cos theta and IAB sin theta both are same. Right? In one case, we are taking the when it is the cos theta condition. In this case, the angle theta is measured with respect to the plane of the coil. That is angle between the magnetic field vector and the plane of the coil when taken. We will get the formula is equal to NIAB cos theta, IAB cos theta for single term, right? Otherwise, if we place just like this one, you see, suppose at this my right hand side it is the north pole of a magnet and the left hand side it is the south pole of a magnet. I am placing a coil like this, right? When I am placing a coil like this, magnetic field lines are going like this. Am I correct? Magnetic field lines are parallel to the plane of the coil. What is the angle between plane of the coil and this magnetic field lines? That is 0. Then what is the torque acting on? Maximum. NIAB cos 0. Okay. Second condition, what I'm saying that now I am placing a perpendicular on this, a perpendicular, permanently a perpendicular is placed here. Am I correct? Magnetic field is like solely that is parallel to the plane of the coil. So now we are measuring the angle with respect to this perpendicular and the magnetic field. Perpendicular and magnetic field, what is the angle? That is equal to 90 degree. Then also we are getting maximum, right? First case, it is maximum because that time the angle is measured between the plane of the coil and the magnetic field vector. Second time, what you do is that you have a permanently we have a perpendicular placed on. With respect to the perpendicular, if we measure the angle, what is the angle now between these two? That means perpendicular makes an angle 90 degree with the magnetic field vector. In that situation also we are getting maximum torque. That is NIAB sin theta. Theta in this case is equal to 90 degree, right? So this is the thing you have to understand. We can write the torque acting on the coil as NIAB cos theta and also NIAB sin theta. But N is the number of turns of the coil, right? So you must understand that in this case, theta is equal to 0. Theta is equal to 0 means the field lines are parallel to the coil, plane of the coil. It is maximum. Or theta is equal to 90 degree means then we are measuring the angle with respect to the perpendicular placed on the coil. So both the formula are one and the same. There is no difference between these two formulas. In certain cases, NIAB cos theta used, and some other cases, NIAB sin theta also used. Equally important, and both are one and the same. Right? This is what we call the torque acting on a current carrying coil placed in a magnetic field. Now we will compare a current carrying coil with a dipole magnet. A dipole magnet. Till now we have studied the what you call the torque acting on a current carrying coil placed in a magnetic field, in a uniform magnetic field, right? That we have already proved as tau is equal to, that we have already proved as tau is equal to NIAB, NIAB sin theta I am writing here, okay? I can write NIAB sin theta or also I can write NIAB cos theta. In this case, theta is measured, theta is the angle between the perpendicular placed on the coil and the direction of the magnetic field intensity. So this is the torque acting on a current carrying coil when placed in a magnetic field. Now you consider a magnetic dipole. Magnetic dipole, everybody knows. Every magnetic dipole has a two poles, and it has a certain length also. It is made from metallic alloys, iron, cobalt, and nickel, and their alloys are used to make magnets. Every magnet has two poles, right? There is the distance between the two poles. Every magnet dipole has a magnetic moment, just like we have magnetic moment associated with what is called electric dipole. In the case of an electric dipole, when an electric dipole is kept in a uniform electric field, the torque acting on, we have already seen, that is equal to tau is equal to P cross C. P cross C, that is equal to P sine theta. P sine theta. But if a magnetic dipole is placed in a magnetic field, the torque acting on that magnetic dipole is equal to M sine theta. In this expression, M is the magnetic moment and B is the uniform magnetic field intensity in which the magnet is placed, and theta is the angle between the magnetic field intensity and the dipole moment. Right? This is the condition. Okay. So this is what the torque acting on a current carrying loop, that is NIAB sine theta. And this is the magnetic torque acting on a magnetic dipole when placed in a magnetic field of intensity P. Right? And this is just like MB sine theta is just like the torque acting on a electric dipole when it is placed in an electric field intensity of value E. Make an angle theta with that. Okay. So these are similar equations. This is electric dipole. This is magnetic dipole. This is the torque acting on a current carrying loop. So when we compare these two equations, we can say that sine theta and sine theta is matching. B and B also matching. Therefore, M must match with the NIA. That means the current carrying loop when placed in a magnetic field it is just similar to that of a dipole magnet. Dipole magnet must have a dipole moment. Magnetic moment must be there. In the case of a loop, the magnetic dipole moment is equal to NIA. Therefore, we can write the magnetic moment associated with a current carrying loop of N turns is given by M is equal to NIA. Right? So this is a very important thing. So it is nothing to wonder, because a magnet only will have a torque when it is placed in a magnetic field. Any magnet when placed in a magnetic field, torque acts on it. A current carrying loop also when placed in a uniform magnetic field, torque acts on it. Therefore, we can without fear we can say that current carrying loop is very much like that of a dipole magnet. If the loop is a dipole magnet, what is the magnetic moment of that? That is given by capital M is equal to NIA. What is N? N is the number of turns, and I is the current in the coil, and A is the area of the coil. Area is equivalent to be everybody knows, right? If the coil has only one turn, not N turns, only one turn, then this is equal magnetic moment M is equal to symbol IA also we can write, right? One turn. So this is just like what IA. Suppose electrons are moving around the nucleus of an atom. That is also a current loop. That current loop is circular. Current loop is circular. Am I correct? I is equal to Q by T. I is equal to Q by T means in that case we can write I is equal to Q by T means E by T. Electrons are moving in the circular path. What is the current associated with an electron which is moving in a circular path around the nucleus? That is called E by T. E by T into area is equal to pi r square. So this is the magnetic moment associated with an electron which is revolving around the nucleus in a circular path of radius r. So this can also be done equal to what is called EF. EF into pi r square also we can write. The formula, basic formula is this only. M is equal to I in the A. In the case of an electron, we can say, what is I? I is equal to charge by time. I is equal to charge. What is the charge of an electron? That is equal to E. What is time taken by the electron to complete one revolution? That is equal to T, right? Because electrons are moving in circular path, and the circular motion is uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion takes only a fixed value of time, right? So E by T into pi r square. Why it is pi r square in place of A we have taken? Because electrons move in a circular path of radius r. Therefore, IA, electrons move in a circular moves in a circular path around the nucleus is also just like a current loop. If it is a current loop, that must have a magnetic moment associated with that. Magnetic moment is equal to I into A. In the case of an electron, it is E by capital T into pi r square. That is equal to EF into pi r square. Am I correct? So these are the things about the torque acting on a current carrying loop placed in a magnetic field, and it is similar to that of a magnetic dipole. Sorry, dipole magnet. All these things I said. This is compared also. What is the magnetic moment associated with current carrying loop placed in the magnetic field? Everything explained. Tomorrow we will come with another new topic, and right, that will be, I suppose, MCG. MC means moving coil galvanometer. Moving coil galvanometer also working on the principle of torque acting on a current carrying coil when placed in a magnetic field. That we will do tomorrow. Thank you very much.